We're really influenced by those around us. Welcome to the Quit Eating Animals show.
Quit eating animals.
Episode 17. Today we're talking about similarities between meat and alcohol. So I keep track of how many days been without alcohol. You can see that 919 days without alcohol. When I say without alcohol, 0.5% alcohol by volume. So there's really no alcohol in here. You can't get drunk off this. There's no effects of alcohol in one of these. But this is Guinness 0. And look at that bubbling up. So got a frosted glass here, and I'm gonna pour this in here. It's gonna be delicious. Look at that. Can you see that? Delicious. All right, this tastes very, very similar to Guinness, real Guinness. You're influenced by those around you. So you're influenced by your friends around you and by your family and those that you spend time with. Those that you spend time with, which is your family, and they're consuming meat, you're also going to consume meat. You're spending time with your family and they're consuming alcohol, you're likely to grow up to drink alcohol, and so you're likely to consume alcohol. And if you're hanging out with friends that consume alcohol and eat animals, guess what? You're going to consume alcohol and eat animals. You're influenced by those around you. You're also influenced by advertisements. Look at all these advertisements as you're driving down the street, as you're driving down the road. Advertisements, you're influenced by advertisements. Look at commercials. Any commercial that you see, what are the advertisements about? 99% of them are about eating animals or fast food restaurants with some juicy animal flesh burger, some meat burger, chicken sandwich. What do you also see? Budweiser, alcohol, everyone drinking, have a good time, Bud Light. So these are the things that you see. So we're influenced by those people around us, those that we spend time with, and we're also influenced by our society, what's around us. Both are unnecessary. So you do not need to consume animals. You do not need to consume alcohol. Change your habits, change your life. We create habits. What do we do Friday after work? Have a drink. We get into these habits. We build these habits. What do we do when we go out to eat? What do we order? We order animals, some sort of burger, some sort of chicken, some sort of turkey. The protein has always been around the animals. That's what we continue to do. We continue to create these habits. Same thing with drinking. Drinking, we're creating these habits. We're going home on every Friday, every work function. We're having drinks. We're doing this. We're creating our own habits around alcohol. We're creating our own habits around eating animals. Traditions. So the celebrations or the traditions that we have. Most of all the traditions are all centered around eating animals. Thanksgiving. So for Thanksgiving, we're eating meat. Doing is we have alcohol. We have wine. There's beer. There's always beer and wine at any and all of these functions. So we're combining both meat and alcohol at these functions, creating our own habits. We're creating a culture. We're making it easy and accessible to both consume meat and alcohol together. And let's just bring up addiction. How does it happen? Physical addiction appears to occur when repeated use of drug changes the way our brain feels pleasure. What happens when we consume animals? It changes the way we feel. It changes our brains. So we're creating these dependencies. Eating meat during these holidays, and we're combining both alcohol and meat around a holiday. So we're combining these things that are all pointing in the same direction. Creating is addiction. It is absolutely addiction. And I think by itself, most times that you have combining alcohol with meat, these celebrations and these highs and these things and these feelings. So it creates an addiction. So both alcohol actually is the drug that creates the addiction, and you're creating these habits. Meat and alcohol are super similar. It's difficult, but it can be done. It's been done for me and Ava for 919 days so far, and even more from the day that we quit eating animals. So over 6 years, we've quit eating animals, and we're continuing to add to that number. They're both addictive. If our friends drink, we're likely to drink with them. We don't want to feel left out. But I left out one huge difference. One has to contribute a killing of an animal. That alcohol doesn't affect anyone else but you. It affects your body. It's poison. We're drinking poison. We're doing this day in or day out, and it's hurting our body. All it affects except when you talk about drinking and driving and then you're affecting other people. It's not a good thing to be doing regardless. So if you do it responsibly. However, eating animals, eating meat, that's actually correlated to the killing of an animal. And so your purchase, your consuming those animals ultimately travels back to the killing of an animal. And if both are unnecessary, you have to think about why you continue to choose to eat animals.
Quit eating animals.